Now, Syria has been ruled for more than 40 years by the Assad family, with the history of that period echoing almost that of the Roman Empire or the Borgias. The dynasty was founded by Rifaat Assad, the father of the current Syrian president, who seized power in a coup in 1971. He kept power by crushing dissent. In 1982, the town of Hama was leveled and at least 10,000 people were killed when he put down a potential revolt by Sunni Muslims. The man accused of doing the dirty work, although he's always denied it, was his brother Rifaat. As head of the army, he was branded the Butcher of Hama, the second most powerful figure in Syria. But after a failed coup against his brother in 1984, he fled into exile. Well, earlier today, our international editor Lindsey Hilsum travelled to Paris to speak to Rifaat Assad about his nephew Bashar and the civil war. She began by asking him whether regime or rebels were behind last month's chemical weapons attacks.
Both sides have the ability to use chemical weapons. The regime has strong force on the ground, which enables it to survive for a long time. War is like a tug of war, attack and counterattack. The regime is more comfortable than the rest, who left their countries and their families. The regime lives amongst his own family and friends. And I want to say something else, that the regime, from my own military experience, that the regime, if it wanted to use such weapons, would use it in a wider, more extended way and would kill everybody. If he used it, it would have been used stupidly.
And you say if they had used them, they would use them on a more extended way. Well, what do you mean?
Speaking as a soldier, I will have the integrity to care for the innocents, and the soldier will have the will to tell his superiors no to an order to attack.
There's a report from German intelligence which says that it was the regime who used the chemical weapons, but it was Maher, who is President Bashar al-Assad's brother, was the one who gave the order. Who has control of the chemical weapons? Would it be possible for Maher to use them without referring to the president, Bashar al-Assad?
Maher in particular cannot do that. He doesn't know how to use chemical weapons, and he doesn't think that way. I know the truth very well. All this talk about Maher is far from the truth. It's not logical. Above him is the president, vice president, prime minister, government, head of the army, reconnaissance.
The Saudis say the best thing now is if the Americans conduct airstrikes, if President Bashar al-Assad falls from power and the opposition take control. What's your view?
Why doesn't Saudi Arabia itself attack? Nobody is convinced or believes the attack will solve the Syrian problem. The attack will complicate the Syrian issue.